Good evening, Second Baptist, and welcome to Family Check-In. We're really grateful and thankful for you taking time to join us today, and we're really excited to be here tonight. Sister Day's not with us because I got some brothers on tonight, and so she took a little hiatus. We want to welcome Brother Gillespie, Sister Moss, Brother Hoskins, and Brother Richardson and Sister Mobley. Grateful to have you guys on already. Sorry for our little technical difficulties in getting started, but we're here. Let everybody know, and let us know that you're here, everyone. Just, tap in, say hello to us tonight. We want to just, first of all, just thank you again for joining Family Check-In, and we say hello to all of our friends and members, around the country and around the world. We're just thankful to have you share with us tonight. Just a few quick announcements, and we get those out of the way. We are, what are we doing? I don't even know. My announcement just went out of my head. What are we doing? Oh, we want to thank the Cope guys for a Cope giveaway last Saturday. Did a really good job. A lot of people came out, were blessed by Cope, C-O-P-E, not C-O-A-T. And we give out hundreds of thousands of dollars of merchandise every month, and some really quality thing. We thank God for our partnership with World Vision. Also, we want to say we had a really good turnout yesterday as well for the missionaries, the Independent Missionary Society ministry here at Second, in their fundraiser, their bowling activity. And I'm on the injured list from bowling, and next time I'm just going to watch and not participate. But we had a really great time, and my shoulder injury and my hip injury, all of that was worth it. Thank God for ibuprofen and Tylenol and Advil. Thank God for that. And thank for everybody who sent me some, because I needed it today. We had a really wonderful service today, and we're thankful to Inspirational Choral Ensemble for blessing us today. And you're going to hear from them in just a moment. But just before we do that, I do want to remind all the ladies we're getting ready for Women's Day, and Tuesday night is the choir rehearsal for Women's Day, and inviting all the women who would like to be a part of that. So Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, come. We're looking for a great day for Women's Day, and the ladies are doing a great job preparing, and they're doing also for their fun night at the farm. So they're going to be there Friday and Saturday, then Sunday we'll have our worship service. But for those of you who are interested in serving by singing, please show up 7 o'clock Tuesday night for choir rehearsal and get prepared for that. Also, we want to welcome Sister Deidre Lowe, Sister Price, and with us today. We're grateful to have you guys on. Make a comment. Let us know you're here, so I might even call out your name. But we're also choir bless us today. It's Inspirational Choral Ensemble. Oh my Lord, they bless us today. You're going to hear from them, and after that, I want to get very quickly to, we have the Men of Impact Ministry here at Second Baptist, a new ministry, new emphasis in outreach and reaching the men. I'm really excited about the brothers who are leading it. I have them here today, and so after a selection, after you hear the Inspirational Choral Ensemble is going to bless you, because Lord knows they blessed us today. They sang this morning, and we had a wonderful time with the Lord. And after this, we'll be right back with Men of Impact.
Heart filled with despair, remember God cares. When you're in doubt, you can't seem to find no way out, He will see you through. Hey, just call on the name of Jesus. No need to call how precious, right there, is the name of Jesus. I know he'll, every time you, oh, how precious. I know he'll pick you up every time you fall. His name is Jesus. 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 Jesus.
I know you enjoyed that, and what a blessing it was to have the Inspirational Choral Ensemble to come and bless us this morning. They blessed us all day long. Every song they sang was very uplifting to us. I want to welcome today Men of Impact. I have Warren sitting next to me, and not only do I have Warren with me, we also have Donnie Fisher, and we also have Daryl. We're grateful to have Daryl, and we have Shane back with us today as we discuss Men of Impact. Welcome, guys, to Family Check-In. Before y'all say anything, let me just lift up Sister Williams, Tina Williams, all the way from down in Delaware. Grateful that you thought not Roger stopped and shared with us today. And all the way from the Philippines, one of our regular viewers is Brother Alvin from the Philippines. Grateful. I wonder what time, you got to tell me what time of morning it is, day it is there. And also Sister Claudine Burke, we're really grateful to have you with us, and others. Tap in and let us know that you're on. Well, welcome, guys, Men of Impact.
Thank you.
And we're really grateful to have you guys. They're really excited about you and excited and you guys. I'm excited that you're excited about ministry and ministry toward men. And so we're really thankful to have you today. And let me just give a little background about it. You know, I was in South Africa speaking at the Baptist Convention of South Africa, and one of the occasions I was speaking was to the men's division of the South African Baptist Conference, and they had this program called Men of Impact. And I told them when I was speaking there that I was going to steal it, and I told them I was going to teeth it. If Archie would say, he'd say we'd teeth it, that we teethed it, and I brought it back. I was very impressed with the men. I was very impressed with their program, and I came back and shared it with the brethren, and here are the brethren who have taken this thing and really have began to mold it and shape it into something that really fits and makes it relevant to where we are. And we're really grateful and thankful for these guys. So, welcome, guys. Tell us about Men of Impact and what your plans are and whatever else you want to tell us, because we want to encourage the men, because it's so needed in not only in Second, but your vision for this is not just for men of Second Baptist, but I was just reading some of your literature just recently, that it is for unification of men through Atlantic City and this environment, and so we're really excited about that. So, who's going to kick off? Warren, you sitting next to me, looking all handsome and tall.
Well.
I got to sit up because I don't like you being that much taller. Let me sit up a little bit.
So, Men of Impact, I know that it goes way back to, like, I believe, during the pandemic when we actually did, like, online Zoom classes with Reverend Archibald. And then we started to get inside the church and unify other men in Christ. And, yeah.
All right, y'all got to jump in. We got to let Warren warm up a little bit.
Yeah, got to warm up.
Donnie?
Oh, yes. Men of Impact. Integrity, maturity, prayer, action, courage, and transparency. Who we are. The Men of Impact represents the unification of men in the Atlantic City area to uplift men's power in Christ. Our purpose. We set out to educate, to inform, to offer a medium for mentorship for men of all ages in a vast number of topics. Relationships with Christ, family, manhood, brotherhood, fatherhood, health, finances, and more.
Wow, that's a lot of topics that you have, so, and all of those things are very needed. Tell us what your involvement is and why you think it's important, and we'll start at the other end, and Shane, and we'll come back to you, Darryl.
Very good. It's good to be back, as you said. Hope I didn't stray too far. But no, as Pastor said, Donnie and Warren, just following up, this program has been in the works for quite a while, and we spearheaded it in January. Pastor came to us with this idea, and we spent, all of us here, and including Lewis, who couldn't make it tonight, unfortunately, we spent plenty of time planning, programming, and trying to find the right fit for what this ministry is going to be, how it's going to strengthen the existing ministry and then expand, the ultimate men's ministry at Second. So what we're going to do and planning to do is building an environment where that medium to give men at Second, men in the surrounding area throughout Atlantic City, the opportunity to have that iron sharpening iron experience with other men on all the topics that Donnie had just mentioned. So we plan on doing that with a featured in-person event once a month. We plan on being on the podcast at least once a month. And in addition to those two experiences, those two activities, we plan on pushing out more pop-up events, pop-up volunteer activities, pop-up resource type of events or sessions. And we do have some dates we're working on finalizing, and we'll have more content, whether it be a flyer, a short video clip, or more info on where you can engage, get with us, learn more about the specifics of where we'll be. And when we have this thing rolling, we hope to have, a bandwagon of men just coming together, growing together, learning together, and praising God, all in one. So we're still working through the final details, but we've come a long way.
Donnie, you really laid out a lot of different topics. Why do you think those topics are relevant? I'm going to ask Darryl, why do you think those topics are relevant for men today?
Well, they're needed in our community today and, throughout the community. These topics we chose specifically. We spent some time going through them and making sure that they were poignant in terms of the need of the community and the men, not only in the membership or the fellowship, but also the community in large.
Now, you guys have been spearheading, steering this and spearheading it and steering this ministry. What has been what has drawn you to think that you want to be a part of this ministry? I'm really excited about it,
Okay.
extremely excited about it. But why are you participating in it?
Guess I'll start. Oh, I guess I'll start. It's just about, I just like seeing other men in Christ unified together. And I know that one of the classes Deacon Austin teaches talks about being unified and how the enemy tries his best to separate and create division among Christians. So having that unified body is like very, very important.
And also, Pastor, when these vast topics of things Christian men can be involved in, and a lot of times in the world you'll take on something or learn to do something, but it's different when you learn it from the Christian point of view, and we need that. We need to learn it from the Christian point of view. We need to know what God said about it, and as we learn together and grow together, and expand together and reach other men outside of Second Baptist, and we all come together, it's a lot of things that we can accomplish together.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, I thought what you else was going to say. I thought there was another comment.
I did have another comment.
Okay.
I'd preface it first by saying that some of the best teachers in my life have been women, and I could name drop and list them all. But a driver for me in this is that building camaraderie and building a group of men that, just us in this room, for example, I've learned plenty from each individual here, building a larger group of men in faith and men in Christ that ultimately we could bounce ideas off of, bounce experiences off of, and continue to learn. As a young man myself, I want to be able to learn from, the more experienced and seasoned men in the church, and hopefully I can bring a new perspective, and the young crowd can bring new perspective to those who have more time in. But just building that camaraderie and brotherhood.
Well, you said something very interesting that, many men in our communities have had the influence and the training of women who have, we all admired, have done a tremendous job, but have not really had a perspective from a male point of view, and what the male role is in the family, in the community, and in the church. And I think that's really relevant to the time, and especially, as you said, we're talking cross-generational in terms of reaching people. That's one of the things I really love about this committee as well, is that some of the ways in terms of looking at outreach is so diverse. You guys are on the cutting edge of technology and social media. And I'm just trying to catch up with you guys. That's why you guys got the reins just running on, because it's a whole new world out there in terms of, and so many other different ways to reach people, and you guys are, at the forefront of that, and I'm really excited about it, especially as it relates to you guys. Mm-hmm. So now let me say this, because we're talking about men of impact, but we've this is an addition to the other men ministries that we've had, and we do have a strong men's ministry. We just want to expand it. That's a wonderful thing to be able to expand it. We've got so how do you fit in with all the other ministries that we have? We've got we have leadership and training. That's not for men's ministry, but it had this emphasis through Genesis through men's ministry. And we have Reverend Archibald leads a part of our men's ministry as well. How does this complement men's ministry?
If you guys don't mind, I think that we'll find our cutout in the schedule to have our events and our gatherings and our different type of activities. But ultimately, as we're doing this outreach and sharing the word and promoting, the few things that we're doing to bring people in, we hope to escalate or emphasize the things that do exist that you just mentioned, as the choir takes place, as service every Sunday takes place, as Bible study every Wednesday takes place. We want the men to engage with us and have our time, but we also want to have any new members or any new folks that we engage with from the men's side engage with all the other church activities that go on. So while we have our sessions and we build something that's separate, new, and unique, we want that to flood and overflow over into all the existing programs.
You guys have been doing a lot of planning. When's the kickoff of Men of Impact?
So upon your approval,
Yes,
Pastor
on
Days,
your approval.
we are planning to have our first breakfast gathering August 19th. That's a Saturday morning. And we're planning to, upon details and things that may change and come up every month, have a breakfast series where we have a featured speaker, group discussion session, a small activity, and ultimately a breakfast served every third Saturday morning of the month, and just kind of build the momentum to keep having that event or that session take place. And that's where we'll be held primarily, and things will stem off of that through different communication mediums that will, ultimately build once we start the program.
Now, you see, Shane just threw me on the spot. He gives a date, gives a time, all the events, and then says, upon your approval. It's already out there
He asked
in
for
the
it.
ethereal.
Asked
And
for
so
it.
so that's interesting. Okay, we'll talk about that afterwards. Okay.
Well, we wanted to leave some of those for your approval because we have some exciting things that may come up on the horizon, but we would have to make sure.
Things like what? Tell us what kind of things that you guys have been planning. And I haven't been privy to the planning meetings, but I know you guys have been feverishly meeting. Tell us what kinds of things and new and innovative things that you guys think that will attract man, will be a benefit to brothers and churches and those. And I'm sure it's not just Christians, but it's also has an evangelistic because the topics you talked
Yeah.
about, are for any man dealing with issues and in life.
But we also wanted to go out into the community, and we were saying when we, once we come up with our T-shirts and all of that gets together, and it don't necessarily have to be with the T-shirt, but when we go out and minister to people, evangelize the people through the community, as we draw more men in together, because this is just the beginning stages of it. Because once we try to reach the men of Second Baptist first, go to them first, and bring them in with us, because we have the men's choir, you have deacons, you have a lot of men at Second Baptist. When you put all of these different sources together, because a lot of people specialize in certain things and they're good at certain things. And when you bring all of them different things together and we go out in the community and talk about how good God is and what he can do for your life and save your soul and just bless you. And when you're doing things for Christ, whatever you do for Christ shall last. And if you go out and bring one or two in, God's word has been brought forth.
And to jump, and Daryl, I hope you can add to some specifics, but to jump to our gatherings as we begin to build the momentum, our goal is to have a thought leader or an expert in the space, whether it be a profession or whether it be in faith, at our breakfast events to speak and teach and educate and let the group learn in that setting. But then also branched off of our individual soul breakfast events, we may have things take place such as financial literacy sessions, or healthcare information pop-up events, or different things that can sharpen the existing know-how or expertise in all the categories that Donnie had mentioned earlier and what we stand for. But outside of just being informational on different resources and topics, there are some more entertaining and historic features and components we're looking to bring in, and Daryl may be able to speak to some of that.
Yeah, we're working on a huge project. I think it would be real exciting for Second Baptist. It's bringing in a historical, both historical and biblical series that we could bring to the Second Baptist here on property that would excite all the members and educate as well. So we're looking forward to that, but that's something that will have to be discussed and make sure our timing is correct on that as well. But to hit on what he was saying as well, we have some financial experts that are lined up that we're going to bring both on the podcast and present some educational things that can help us all.
Now, one of the things that, Shane, I know you've been working on with the committee, and it's been interesting because that's one of your areas of expertise is promotions and media. So what's the plan to get the information out to the community?
Yeah, so what we'll have, and if Warren, if you can actually pass that over, that flyer. So we have a platform. It's called GroupMe. Those some may be familiar with it, some may not be, but more or less, it's a platform that enables a group of folks to have a group chat. So if you have an iPhone, you're familiar with how iMessage works and how you can create a group chat where everybody's on the same device. It's a seamless communication system, and it allows for easy communication amongst many people. Now, when you start to mix iPhone and Android, it becomes a little difficult to have that same seamless experience. So what GroupMe does and what we're going to operate off of basically creates that seamless communication platform for members at large. We could have 100, 200, 300 members in at once on any type of device. So as we get rolling, we're going to have flyers and promotional content that goes out that has a QR code for the men to join directly into the GroupMe. You'll be accepted into the group, and our goal is to build a group chat at large where we can connect directly, almost as if we're just texting back and forth. But as we grow the group will become larger and have more people responding and texting back. In addition to that, we'll certainly have different paper promotion go out, stuff promoted on Second Baptist page. Personally, I'll share things on my social media accounts, and I believe the men next to me will also. But yeah, we'll want to build our group chat, so we build that true camaraderie and relationship with each other where we can just text in a group and have one another's back as we're all connected that closely.
So the official kickoff is sometime in August, right? But if people are interested in participating, becoming a part, what's the process now?
So right now, we're waiting, we're gonna wait till after Women's Day. Soon as Women's Day is over, we have our cards, which is over here. We have our cards, we have our flyers. We'll have things that we passing out, going to the men, First and Second Baptist, promoting it, so drawing more men in. And then as we draw more men in, because a couple people had came and want to do some things.
Well, Donnie, hold on a second. What in the world does it have to do with Women's Day? Well, you got to wait till after
Well, we didn't want to. We was waiting till after a couple weeks till after they finished their program, and we was going in.
Well, okay, maybe
We didn't want to.
No, maybe what we're thinking about is Men's Day. I know you got Men's Day coming up as well,
Right.
and I know maybe that, but for Project Impact or Impact Ministries is Men of Impact is not necessarily dealing with Women's Day at all. So sisters, don't get upset at all about that, And I thank you for being so polite and courteous and giving the women the opportunity to deal with Women's Day. But Men of Impact is a ministry,
Right.
and I know some of the same one of you are working on Men's Day. And so you're doing Men's Day and Men of Impact kind of off as a launch together.
Yes.
Men's Day is not until October.
No, second Sunday in September.
Okay, second Sunday in September. Okay, so you're combining some things to get.
Yes.
But Men of Impact, we'll let you say a little word about. Maybe no, I'm gonna wait. We're not gonna talk about Men's Day at all until after that.
Mm-hmm.
But Men of Impact, you're really thinking about launching it in August, right?
Yes.
Okay, and so, but now, how would people, if they were interested in it, what's the process for them to get in touch to show the interest? Is there a page or a way that they can say that, look, I'm interested, not only if somebody may be listening and may want to have some ideas and may want to kind of help formulate what's going to happen with Men of Impact, how do they contact you?
I don't know.
Take it away.
And you got plenty of people, go ahead. I mean,
I don't know.
all of you can talk, just not at one
I was
time.
gonna say if you're local to the area, we will populate the bulletin board with our flyer, with our card to have our direct information. Or if you're passing by, you could scan in, or my personal contact along with Donnie and brother Mike is on
Mike
there as well.
Williams.
All of our cell phones are there. You connect. Also, again, upon approval, we will have a post go up on the Second Baptist page that'll have our information, and we can get it on right from there.
Because our QR code will take you right into.
And right from the QR code, you'll be connected to all of about 8 of us that are currently in, and we're looking to grow the ministry quick and fast.
So the 8 of you are the steering committee for Men of Impact, and but is there a sign-up sheet when you did the QR code? Is there a sign-up sheet that people go and start signing up and saying, okay, I want to be a part of this ministry. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be
Yeah. So when
new.
yeah, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to cut
Go
you
ahead.
off.
No, go ahead. Just everybody cuts me off. Go ahead.
That's the boots. So when you scan the QR code, it'll take you directly to the GroupMe app. If you have an iPhone or an Android, you'll go to the App Store first and download it, and then scan the QR code. It'll take you right to the application, and it'll present the Men of Impact group. You'll see our biography. You'll see Reverend Pastor Days' name, the church's address, and you'll see what we stand for. And you just request to join the group, and then you'll be admitted by one of the page admins, and then you'll be into the group. So summarize that, download the app, scan the QR code, and then hit join group when it comes up on your,
Okay.
on your device.
And
All right, so that's the process. You got to download the app first in this group
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 me.
me.
me, and then you use the QR code.
And
And
from that,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, from that point there, then one of our interior members will greet you and welcome you aboard and lead you down the road in terms of the initial road on joining in, and then you're in with the conversation as well, so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So as it relates to this ministry, as I said, and I keep saying it over and over, because whenever I love men's ministry. Every time we have an opportunity to speak to men, to encourage men, I always take it wherever that may lead me. I'm just excited about it, and to have you brothers, and the diversity in age, and is just, I'm just really ecstatic about that. That we have through our men's ministry already intergenerational, from who participate faithfully. And the Bible tells us that he calls the young because they're strong, and he calls the old because they're wise, and to have strength
Yes,
and
sir.
wisdom together, because we have so many
Yes, sir.
issues in our community. I mean, and many of those issues are because men are not in their rightful place, and many of those issues in our communities, in our homes, and even our churches can be righted if we have people, men, serving God and doing things the biblical way. And you guys are there. Now it says Men of Impact. Impact is also an acronym, right?
That's correct.
Now who knows what the acronym? What's the acronym for Impact?
Done.
Done.
Donnie, you know it. Donnie's looking like okay. Donnie's looking at the paper, right? Oh, go ahead. No, you don't know.
Well, it's integrity,
Integrity. Integrity.
maturity, prayer,
Prayer.
action, courage, and transparency.
Okay. It's very interesting because, I'm glad somebody else asked this question because, I'm probably out of everybody, when it comes to QR codes and all this other kind of stuff, I'm probably the least versed. So someone asked the question, I'm glad they did. What's a QR code?
So it's like a code, like if it's on like a brochure or something, it's a code where you can use your camera and take a picture of it. And then once you take a picture of it, it will immediately get you into the app, whether it's to download it or give you instruction to do what you got to do.
Okay, but now if you don't know what a QR code is, what is that? How does it look on the paper?
You can show them what it looks
I
like.
don't know if we can zoom in.
George,
Go ahead. Explain it while we're getting ready to zoom
So we'll
in.
get a closer view, but the QR code, basically it's something that you'd see on any type of product, packaging label, but more or less it's something that when you put your camera or when you put it in your camera lens, the devices these days are programmed to pick that up, and the QR code here is back-end programs to direct you to a certain destination. For our sake, we have it go into the GroupMe application, but more or less a barcode is something that's now these days detected by a camera, and it directs you to a web link, an application, or somewhere in the digital space, not to get too futuristic on everyone. But it's something that you scan, and it looks like anything on a product that you may purchase at the store.
I just saw y'all guys floating all, that's amazing. Checking the camera.
Yeah, right,
You
yeah.
guys are floating. But I really appreciate that because oftentimes, many of us don't, we're trying to learn and navigate this new the technology, and the technology is there to make it simple. So that's a great way to simplify it. And I'm learning that as well. I take my camera sometime and try to adjust it to get to the QR code. I'm learning. You guys, what I really love about you guys is that you push me out of my comfort zone. You make me expand. In terms of my knowledge and what I try and what I'm learning. So I really appreciate that, and that's what we need. And I'm grateful for the men at Second Baptist because, we get new ideas and we don't bump the new ideas. We try to include them and try into what we're doing because it betters, it strengthens all of us. And I'm really excited about you guys and your commitment to Men of Impact, and I'm excited to you guys come back after the launch and tell us what great things God is doing through you and in you and with you as it relates to Men of Impact. I'm really grateful to have all of you come on tonight and share with the vision, and we're really looking forward to the ministry growing and growing and growing, and not only just benefiting the men here and blessing them, but the men in the city of Atlantic. We're going after all the men in Atlantic City, various churches working together, because I think this is that big that all the men's fellowships ought to be included in the work and the vision that you guys have. So we're great to have you. I want to give you the opportunity to have some final words, and we're grateful. We're going to start with you, Warren, since you're sitting right next to me.
Yeah. So I really don't have nothing to say. I'm a little nervous, but just wanted to say hi Facebook. Second Baptist Church family, and hope you're doing well. Yeah.
Donnie?
Yeah. We're looking forward to all the men coming
And
together.
don't say anything about Men's Day either. It's coming up.
We're looking forward to all the men coming together for Men of Impact Ministry. So, and all the men who doesn't know how to use the QR code, we can assist you with that. Some of the older men might not know how to use it, but we can assist you with that to make sure that you get on there. It's work for everybody to be done, all ages. We're looking for the younger, the older, middle age. We got a lot of things to do. God has brought us a mighty long way, and we have a lot of work to do. So we're looking forward to you.
And matter of fact, Don, I do want, and Shane and Darrell, your QR code is just going to be one way in which you get the information. I'm sure there's going to be others to make sure that everybody, whatever comfort level you're at, will have access. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
All right, very good. All right,
For
Darrell?
postings as well. So I just want to thank you for the opportunity that you've given us to put ourselves out there as well. And we're looking for some exciting things to come forward to present and to work together with the community and bring fathers, dads, big brothers, young brothers, all of us, uplift us all.
And I hope that there's going to be a mentoring component to that as well.
Yeah,
And
there
really,
is, yeah.
yeah,
We didn't
because
get
I
on
think
that, but
that's really important as well.
Mhm.
Shane?
Very good. Yeah, first, I'll say I hope when we post on Facebook, we'll put all of our cell phone numbers on there so you can reach out directly, and to go, a different direction than the QR code, we can send a link, and that's a lot easier to use. But just closing remarks, I'd like to say to everyone in this room, especially Pastor, I appreciate you always, since about 2.5 years ago, since I began coming to Second Baptist, always, embracing me and allowing me to be part of the entire ministry. And now I'm thankful to be part of expanding and strengthening the men's ministry. And it's been a lot of great experiences, great relationships that I have and have been able to build with the men sitting with us here.
And I want to say congratulations to you, Shane, because Shane just graduated. No, he just got your master's from Stockton University, and I was very disappointed that not in you getting your master's, but I was a little disappointed because I was on the stage and I was looking for you along with some of the other ministers, and I wanted to take a picture when you was getting your diploma. And I don't know, you came from the wrong side of the stage, and I didn't see it, so I apologize. We got a picture on the outside. And I posted it. You didn't get a chance to see it, but I did. We did show it in church the other Sunday morning, and I'm really proud of you. I'm proud. Here's another Stockton graduate sitting next to me as well, and we're really proud of you guys for being at Stockton, local, and we really appreciate it. Thank you for the great work that you guys are doing. Thank all of you for sharing with us tonight. We're really grateful that you took it and thought it not robbery to be a part of this, and I see some other folk who have joined in, and we're really grateful to have you Sykes, we're really grateful to have you. But how you been, man? You gotta call me, let me know how it's going to the family. Where you in Alabama somewhere now? And we're really grateful to have you and Sister Boone and Julie finally joined. Julie, you got on here late, and Sister Burke and Sister Mincy. We're really grateful and thankful for all of you for joining. In behalf of my wife, who took a rest today because she let the men have it. Thank you so much, Sister Days, and we bless all of you. We pray that you have a great week. Look forward to seeing you in Bible study on Wednesday night. Thank God for all of you. Thank you for giving us a little time. Be safe in the storm, and may God bless you real good. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Amen.